Param vidyate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, total world victory of Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhagavad-gita 420, 240. Getting straight into it. Nehābhikrama-nāśo asti pratyavāyo na vidyate sv-alpam asya dharmasya trāyate mahato bhayāt. I'm getting better at reading the Sanskrit. There is not. Iha, in this world. Abhikrama, endeavoring. nāśaḥ, loss. Asti, there is. Pratyavāyo, diminution. Never. Vidyate, there is. Svalpam, little. Although. Asya, of this. Dharmasya, of this occupation. Trāyate, releases. Mahataḥ, of very great. Bhayāt, from danger. Translation. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Purport. Activity in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, or acting for the benefit of Kṛṣṇa, without expectation of sense gratification, is the highest transcendental quality of work. Even a small beginning of such activity finds no impediment, nor can that beginning be lost at any stage. Any work begun on the material plane has to be completed, otherwise the whole attempt becomes a failure. But any work begun in Kṛṣṇa consciousness has a permanent effect, even though not finished. The performer of such work is therefore not at a loss, even if his work in Kṛṣṇa consciousness is incomplete. 1% done in Kṛṣṇa consciousness bears permanent results, so that the next beginning is from the point of 2%, whereas in material activities without 100% success, there is no profit. Ajāmila performed his duty in some percentage of Kṛṣṇa consciousness, but the result he enjoyed at the end was 100%, by the grace of the Lord. There is a nice verse in this connection in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Trāyate sva-dharmam karanam pujam hare bhajanapako bhayāt tato yadi yatra badram amusyakim ko vayat ko vrat apo apto ko virtva apto bhajantam sva dharmata. If someone gives up sense gratificatory pursuits and works in Kṛṣṇa consciousness and then falls down on account of not completing his work, what loss is there on his part? And what can one gain if one performs his material activities perfectly? Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 1:5-17. Or as the Christians say, what profiteth a man if he gain the whole world yet suffers the loss of his eternal soul? Material activities and their results end with the body, but work in Kṛṣṇa consciousness carries the person again to Kṛṣṇa consciousness, even after the loss of the body. At least one is sure to have a chance in the next life being born again as a human being, either in the family of a great cultured brahmana or a rich aristocratic family, that will give one a further chance for elevation. That is a unique quality of work done in Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Okay. Looking at the differences, nothing in the translation. Here the sentence doesn't end, and then it continues, whereas in material activity, comma, without a here, it does end. And then continues on, I think. No. There's a comma. Comma has been moved. Sorry, it's a bit hard to see. But here, there's a comma instead of a semicolon. And it continues with the sentence. So they've moved the comma, got rid of the semicolon, which doesn't really change the meaning or anything. Yeah, just a grammar change. I'm not sure if it's yeah, I'm not sure. Interesting. Here it does have the reference. Oh, does it? Yeah, it does. They've just moved the reference to where the actual quote was. Instead of after the translation of the quote. And then the Sanskrit, the spacing is be different. Here. Also, again, I'm not exactly sure how legitimate that is. Not very versed in Sanskrit, but it is the same. The spacing's different. I guess you would say it a bit differently. If someone was to give up self-gratificatory pursuits, if someone was to give up his occupational duties and works in Krishna consciousness and then falls down. Yeah, so the two different meanings there are two different meanings. One is self-gratificatory pursuits, which doesn't exactly entail occupational duties. I guess you could say occupational duties are there for the sense gratification because it's not in the realm of Krishna consciousness. But yeah, the meanings are two different meanings there. Krishna consciousness carries the person again. To Krishna consciousness carries a person. Yeah, this is a continuation of my theory of the changes, going from more direct to indirect. So saying the person to a person. The person is more direct than a person. A person could be anyone, or the person is like, yeah, he is the person, or he is a person. Yeah. As always, changes are unwarranted. Let's see. Change to be made in the word endeavoring. What it out isn't identical to what was meant in. Third line the same. It is true in the world over. Huh? Okay, apparently the self-gratificatory pursuits is a change from the original manuscript where it says occupational duties, huh? Well, there you go. It is taking it closer to the manuscript, that change. Yeah. Let's see what else it says. It's talking about the Bhagavad-gita 1.5.17. Bhagavatam. Let's see. What does that actually say? I'm going to search 1.5.17 Bhagavatam. There's a clause on it. Okay, it's one from the book. Bhagavatam 1.5.17. It does say material occupations. It is interesting. Yeah, so I can see why that change has been made from self-gratificatory pursuits to his occupational duties. It does go closer to the manuscript and does match up with Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, the actual thing that it's quoting. Interesting. Looking at these other comments. There's a comment by Metsya Avatar Das. Word iha and its meaning were absent from the original manuscript and seems to have been supplied by an editor. Yoga is the topic being carried forward in the previous verse, endeavoring a yoga that is now lost from you. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Where would that be? It is na is not an iha. Na is not. Yeah, iha. This in this world. Na iha. If we look at the actual Sanskrit, na. That is true. There is no iha in the actual Sanskrit of it. It's been added in the word for it. I don't know about accidentally, but in the
Prahlad have it,
in the original manuscript, it's been scribbled in by an editor.
and it's not in the Sanskrit.
Well, it is in the Sanskrit, not iha, but then in the Sanskrit, the Sanskrit's different. If you look here, na iha,
Abhikrama.
and then here.
No, yeah. No, so it's called sandhya, and it means the merging together. So when na and iha go together, it changes to ne, and then iha and abhikrama mash together, and the short a's become one long a. Nehābhikrama-nāśo.
Yeah, so they've It's missing from the original manuscript. It seemed to be supplied by an editor. Which, yes, it is. Iha in this world. So they're using a different version of the manuscript.
Well, hang on, go to the first edition. Na iha in this world in the second edition. Lined up to a different verse.
Oh yeah, I was looking at the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam.
In this yoga.
There too. In this yoga.
Yeah, okay.
So they've changed it from in this world to in this yoga. And they've said because yoga is the topic being carried forward from the previous verse.
Okay.
Sv-alpam. I changed the Sanskrit bit there.
Svalpam, yeah.
Sv-alpam. Svalpam.
Yeah, because you can see it if you go sv-alpam, svalpam, svalpam, svalpam.
What?
If you say sv-alpam,
Yeah.
but you run them together instead of saying sv-alpam, you go svalpam, svalpam, sv-alpam, sv-alpam, svalpam, svalpam.
Why would they change that?
It's just how the it's the rules of Sandhi. See how it's in there? It says svalpam in the Sanskrit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the word for word they just broken it up. Same as if you go back to the Sanskrit verse and look at it again. It says nehābhikrama in the word for word, but it's nehābhikrama. So these are just Sandhi. We're just bringing regularity to the Sandhi here.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's all the changes. Talking about the actual purports. Yeah, basically the whole purport is saying that any sort of Krishna conscious actions are carried on from body to body, and is not material, which basically entails that Krishna consciousness is not a material thing, because it is carried on immaterially. Any sort of Krishna consciousness actions are count towards, the Krishna conscious total goal of achieving enlightenment and returning back to Godhead. And so, it says if 1% is done in Krishna consciousness, it bears permanent results. So the beginning is from 2% next time. Whereas in material activities, if you don't finish it, there's no profit. If you're doing like a job or something, and you don't finish the job, you probably won't get paid for doing the job. But in Krishna consciousness, if you don't finish the job, you still bear the results from what you have completed. So it's a continual, I wouldn't say uphill climb, but it's a continual, advancement. It's a continual advancement. It saves your progress after each life. So yeah, it's pretty much what the purport's saying. Talking about a contemporary application. Yeah, there might be some people who join the Krishna conscious movement for a little while, complete some service, and then, decide, this is not for me. I'm gonna go off and do whatever. And it's not to say that, oh well, they've left the movement, they've left Krishna consciousness, and so anything that they've done in Krishna consciousness is, invalid or useless. yeah, if they do come and do Krishna conscious service, that service is still, counted towards their total Krishna consciousness. It's still acknowledged. Even if they leave the movement and go and do whatever they do, they'll incur the results in their next life. Yeah. That's a contemporary application. Yeah. Keep it short. It's a bit late. Going back to the Sanskrit. Oh boy. Nehābhikrama-nāśo trāyate pratyavāyo na vidyate svalpam api asya dharmasya mahato bhayāt. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Solo Sundays, and I will be back tomorrow for Bhagavad-gita 241. If you enjoy any of the content and want to share. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Param vidyate Shri Kṛṣṇa Sankirtanam, total world victory of Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.